Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I am here with a review. Can you believe it? For Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't even know what season we're on. I'll have it right in the description below. But yeah, y'all, we here. I am back, and I never thought I would be back for this show. Let's be clear, the only reason I'm back is because there's really nothing on to review. I've been gone for like a month. And I would have been back if there was something to talk about. Love After Lockup was stale, and that had went off. I think they coming back on with something. I don't know if I'm going to watch. And then Somebody's Son was dry. I didn't continue that show. And then I thought Ready to Love. I forgot the name of the show, y'all. I froze. I thought Ready to Love was supposed to be coming back. And Will Packard and them done pulled the fast one. All right, they gonna put up a commercial that say August 2000. Baby, we do not care. Now we still gonna watch, okay? I'm not even gonna front. But how dare y'all? How dare y'all? Y'all told us that this show was coming back so long ago. Y'all told us it was coming back in June. Y'all let a whole nother month go by. And now you telling us it's going to be around in August. We don't even care anymore. We don't even remember who was on the damn show. By the time y'all get to the reunion, we ain't even going to recognize them people. Child, they might be on Wegovy, GLP-1. Folks going to be done lost all kind of weight. We ain't even going to know who on Ready to Love anymore. We not even going to care. Y'all might as well start with a whole new batch, a whole new season, and just act like this half a season never happened. But let me quit going off because that ain't what y'all came here for. Y'all came here for what? Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I am reviewing the show again. I'm going to try my best to remain consistent. But I watched it the other night. And after I watched it, I was like, oh, you know what? We can talk about it. Let's see what's up with these crazy folks. Now, I will say, this first episode, I literally did not take any notes. I just watched the show. I was just watching it for my own enjoyment. And then after I watched it, I thought to myself, you know what? Ain't nothing else going on, so I might as well talk about it. And of course, I'm late. So by the time y'all hear this, it'll be time for another episode. But let's just give an overall summary. Let's do this quick, fast, and in a hurry after I already rambled the first 5 minutes. So what do I want to talk about first? First of all, I want to do a disclaimer. The reason I stopped watching Love and Marriage Huntsville the first time is because they keep so much mess going on, right? And they've calmed down a little bit, but overall, Love and Marriage Huntsville keeps the most mess going on of any show that I have ever reviewed, that I've ever even watched. They keep as much mess going as Love and Hip Hop Atlanta used to. In the first 2 seasons, they keep a whole bunch of social media mess going on. And so I got tired of reviewing the show and everybody in the comments telling me, oh no, you wrong. You should have watched Mels live. You should have watched Tisha's so-and-so. You didn't go to... I was just like, listen. First of all, I don't follow these people. And I never will. Secondly, I review the show. I don't review Instagram Live. That's not what I'm reviewing. So, of course, I don't know what's going on every given moment of their lives, and I just got tired of that, so I got off. And I didn't want them heat. I didn't want that heat with the millimeters. I ain't gonna hold you. Excuse me, y'all. I didn't want that heat with the girls. Okay, Mels Fandom was something else. I'm actually glad both Mel and Stormy have left the show. I personally think they had brands that could have went a little bit further. Stormy had a brand pre Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it. I feel like Mels Fans, even if she would have called them off, it really wouldn't have mattered because that's just how they felt about her. It's the same way with anybody else. I ain't seen fans like this since Nene was on the beginning of Real Housewives, like them first seasons. Mels Fans were something else, and they still are. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you over here, I don't want no smoke, okay? I don't want no smoke. You ain't gonna hear me bring up her name too often. She ain't even on the show no more. But y'all know y'all had some fans that was out of line, and so it's nice. I think that energy needed to be off. I would love it if Mel ever came back. I would be here for it. I would be here for it because I thought Mel was sassy and carrying on. So I enjoy some of her antics. But let's talk about the new hoes we got on the show now. You know, the new celebrities. Now, who do I want to talk about first on the show? Who do y'all want to talk about first? I think I'm going to start with Kimmy and Maurice. So, it is so amazing how much I have grown to dislike one of my faves. And I don't like nobody. Did I already say I don't like nobody on this show? I can't remember, but let's just keep that in mind. I don't like nobody, okay? Not even the kids. So, I used to love me some Kimmy. Like, she was my fave. She could do no wrong in my eyes, but oh, no. Things have shifted. Things have changed. I still think Kimmy is very honest. I do still think she's very blunt, but I've just grown over the years to not really care for her, you know, as I've watched the show. And I've just thrown her in the pile with the rest of the cast, you know, just unlikable. But if I had to tolerate anybody, I would say Kimmy would be the one, okay? That's all I can do. I love that she's embraced her natural hair. It looks very beautiful on her. And at least we got to give Kimmy credit for this. She the only person other than Marsau, maybe, who is sticking to the premise of the show, which is real estate. Getting into real estate. Selling homes. She mentions to Maurice that she's doing some sales, and so good for her. We also hear her mention some college applications. And who do you think those college applications are for? Oh, it's not for her son. No. Jalen not going to get his doctorate. Jalen not going to get his master's. She looking at college applications so she can help out Monster. Oh, yes. And that's why I started looking at Kimmy. Like, I used to like that she stood on some business. With Maurice, baby, she's like a raggedy folding chair. Don't stand on no type of LLC. Not a lick, okay? So, Monster is getting assistance from Kimmy with these college applications. I mean, who else was going to do it? Maurice wasn't going to do it. And we know his mama wasn't going to do it because she was set free a long time ago. She lived like she ain't got no kids. So, Kimmy is there to do it just like she said she would not do. And Maurice is over there, eyes bucking, trying to give MLK, talking about what he gonna have to go through and how he gotta grow up and all the stuff he gonna experience. You know, I believe they said Maurice used to be a deacon or a pastor or something like that. And at first I couldn't see it, but when he was talking the other night to Kimmy, I saw it. He looks exactly like my old pastor, like a younger version, the good Reverend Dr. W.R. Davis. May he rest in peace, my pastor of the Rocky Creek Missionary Baptist Church in the greater area of South Carolina. May my pastor rest in peace, okay? Okay, a much better man than Maurice, but they faithful. Y'all, I know I'm just carrying on. I'm just hollering, child. Okay, so moving on. So Kimmy brings up her baby, her restaurant that she's doing, and she got Marsau doing the construction, child. I could have told you not to do that. But apparently Marsau does great work. He just slow. And then he talking about, you really should ride by, Scott Manor. So you say, I don't give a Kimmy's like, I don't care about Scott Manor. I care about my project. Okay? I don't care about what he's doing over there. Very nice for them, but where my stuff at? So then she brings up something that she heard through the streets. Y'all know these damn streets, which is really production. She heard through the streets that Chris was talking to some of, I guess, maybe the young boys, or maybe he was trying to be an OG child. I don't know. But they was asking, how you handle side pieces. Do you give them an NDA? And he said, no, I wouldn't give him no NDA, but that sounded like something Maurice and Marsau would do. So Kimmy want to know, you giving out NDAs, Maurice? Is he giving out NADAs, NDAs? Here come Maurice talk about, I mean, who would do something like that? NDA? NDA, I've never done an NDA. Not what are you talking about? Like, why would I do? What reason do I have to do? This nigga answering questions, excuse me, child. I don't know if we can say that word on the YouTube these days. But this nigga Rachi, he ain't answering the question. He answering questions with a question. And Kimmy was like, all those are the wrong answer. And he was like, oh, what's the right answer? The right answer was, I don't have a side chick. Not, I wouldn't do an NDA, or I wouldn't need nothing like that. I wouldn't get myself involved with. Oh, gosh. And you see, it's all because of your husband that you became unlikable to me, Kimmy. That was really the main reason why. Okay. Let's talk about somebody else. So the next person I wanted to talk about was, let me think. I'm drawing a blank. Your girl's drawing a blank. Let's talk about, y'all fave. Let's talk about Tisha, child. Oh, gosh. She is so... Now, I'll tell you, I ain't never liked Tisha. I always thought Tisha was one of the prettiest women on the show, but I just ain't never cared for Tisha. Just never. So, them kids sure have grown. I cannot believe... I feel like an auntie. Monster going to college. The kids bigger than Tisha. She in the house. You know, they reserve house, making food, talking to her daughter and all of that. Marsau comes in. He's telling us they about to make 20 years. Congratulations to them. Then we got Wanda coming in. Y'all know Wanda want to know, spill the tea. Marsau is that girl that Martell interviewed. She got straight to it, y'all. Is that girl Martell interviewed? Do you know her? Was that your girlfriend? Why you ain't say nothing, Marsau? Marsau is just like, and what did I say, Wanda? What did I say, Wanda? You ain't say nothing. Exactly. Wanda's not impressed with this answer. She said, you're not going to hurt her. You're not going to embarrass her. You're not going to have her feeling no type of way. I know you lying. I know you being sneaky. Y'all know how Wanda and Marsau do. I miss Wanda, by the way. Tisha said, don't mind. We're going to stop this because we got our own way of communicating. I can't even communicate. Oh, she get on my nerves. I'm telling you. I think we all have realized Tisha don't really care. I heard that they were getting a divorce. I believe it when I see it. I don't think these two are ever breaking up. I do think they got their own way of communicating and they got their own understanding. And at this point, I don't think it's even worth talking about. It is what it is. Do I think Marsau knew the girl? Yeah, but I don't think it was his girlfriend. I think it was a slide. And I still wish I would have reviewed that interview. You know what? I might still pull it up and review it. We ain't doing shit out. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. We not doing nothing else. We might as well. Child. Ain't nothing on the television screen. Martell, you got some more interviews you want to do, bruh? Ain't nothing on. Nothing. So anyway, what else we got to talk about? Martell meets up with Destiny. Destiny has become very unlikable to me as well. She need a stylist. What do she have on? Y'all, I wish I could put them outfits. Destiny always looked thrifty. She always looked like, I mean, you know how you pinch your finger. I wish y'all could see me. You pinch your fingers together and be like, you almost had it. When I saw her sitting in the confessionals in that lip, I was just like, Destiny. I don't know exactly how old she is. She over 35, though. I'm almost certain. Why? What are you doing? You know what? I know she is because she got on leopard. And it's something about turning 35. You just want to wear leopard everything, right? But no, it looked tacky. It looked cheap. And then she was in there. She had her Chanel on. I ain't got no Chanel, so I'm not hating. But it still wasn't giving. I don't know if it's because she had that headband wig on. Somebody give my girl a look, please. She always looked like she missing the mark. Kimmy, you too. It ain't no time for an older woman to be in a young ass outfit. And I will say that until I don't care how nice your body is. Me and Kimmy, that outfit, that pink that she has on in the confessional, I have the same suit. The exact same suit. It was probably run by 80 something on Fashion Nova. Very nice suit. I have worn it to a gala. A lot of people liked it. But that suit, she got that cutout bustier type shirt. Why do you have that on under that? Class it up. When you get grown, you can still be sexy. Kimmy is very sexy. But you don't gotta walk around with no young stuff on to be sexy. I tell myself that. I take 2 looks in the mirror like, do this, hey, okay? And do this look too young? Because I ain't trying to go out like that. But Kimmy just, oh my God. Her and Destiny need a stylist for different reasons. Destiny need one because she tacky. And Kimmy need one because she dressed a little too young to me. And don't nobody get in my comments talking about you as young as you feel. You are. But there's still a style of dress. There's still a style of dress that you want to elevate, and you want to look pristine. You want to look sexy. You want to look classy. You don't want to look like an older woman trying to wear younger clothes. You get what I'm saying? You can do... Let's move on. Martell and Meet with Destiny, more the same with them. They be low-key spilling tea and talking over things. Martell don't care about that interview he did because it was true. Then he gonna tell us he think about putting a ring on Arian's hand. Nigga, shut up. Shut up. You ain't about to put no rings nowhere. Ring around your neck. Ring around your bathtub. Ring around the Rosie. You ain't putting no rings on no... I ain't gonna let these people get my pressure up. I'm hollering in my car. Y'all not finna do it to me today. But you ain't putting no rings on nobody. Hell. Anyway, did y'all see his face when he was talking about Arian? Oh, she's a good girl and all that. His face was scrunching up as if it was painful. And, ooh, Carlos King, you dirty hoe. Are you bringing Arian on this? I know he gonna do it. I know he gonna do it. Arian can barely talk, so maybe her and Tisha end up being friends. They can sit down, they can do Morse code when they don't figure out what the other person's saying. They might be the only 2 people that understand each other. Oh my God. Martell get on my nerves. Everybody get on my... Why did I review this show? This is a terrible review, y'all. I'm sorry. So then, after we see Martell soft launching Arian on the show, because that's what's going on, we hear him talking a little bit about the interview. And we know that he is now going to go over to Nell and Chris's house, which we can go ahead and talk about them, Nell and Chris. And Martell trying to look like he ain't thirsty, like the women just coming to him, whatever. So he goes over to Nell and Chris's house later. He don't think he wrong for doing nothing. He don't think he wrong for doing no type of interview. He feel like, excuse me, he feel like he was 100% in the right. You can tell Nell get on Martell's nerves. He would have rather just been sitting there. Just been sitting there talking to Chris. He really didn't want to talk to Nell like that. But Nell is there, so they talk about it. Speaking of Nell and Chris, I guess they're going to put Nell in the hot seat. Since Mel's not around, they going to go ahead and make Nell the new one. She going to be the new one. They going to come at, I guess she going to be. And I like Nell. I don't like how she be having them wigs styled on her head. But I like Nell. I got a feeling she gonna come with it. Now, she ain't Mel. She ain't Mel now. This ain't Candy. This ain't Candy. Is that what it is? No, this ain't Phaedra. This ain't Phaedra. So it's different, right? But yeah, we see Nell gonna be orchestrating a lot of things this season. Also, new grandparents, okay? New grandparents trying to figure that out. It seemed like Chris don't know how to be no granddaddy child. What you thought? All them kids you thought wasn't none of them gonna have no childrens? And apparently Destiny has been dating the son, okay? She was dating Nell's son, only to find out he had a newborn baby shortly after they started dating. I said, Destiny, you might need to... Something in the milk ain't clean. You always going through. Somebody always keeping something from you. And last but not least, y'all, let me stop and hold on. Last but not least, let's get on Tisha and Ken. Let us pray. Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. God, just help me to deal with these people. Help me to deal with these people that you have created to be on this show. They get on my nerves. Help me to do this review to the best of my ability. I didn't take no notes. In your name I pray, amen. Okay. I mean, I don't even know where to start. The ex-husband and Ken have decided that they gonna get along, right? Now, I do kind of like Ken, I think. Do I have a reason not to like Ken, y'all? I like him from what I know. He said they could form a friendship, you know. And I knew he was full of it. I knew he was full of it the whole time. Nobody had to tell me. But he showed he was full of it at the end of their conversation when he was just like, but me and Trisha still got things that we need to iron out. We still got things we need to discuss. And, you know, maybe one day we could all go on a trip together. And Ken is just kind of looking like, yeah, maybe, bro. I'm trying to give you some leeway here. I'm trying to be cool with you. Let me tell y'all something that I learned a long time ago. I done had 2 stepdaddies. I know what I'm talking about, okay? These men do not care about them kids. Now, if you love your kids and you don't care about that woman, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the others. These men do not care about these kids. They care about the woman that they are attached to. If they love that woman, then they will love on them kids. If they still care about that woman, then they will still show care for them kids. If that woman has rejected them, it is a very high chance that they are going to reject those kids, especially if they stepkids. But even they will do it even if they came from their own sack. And I have seen it happen. I have seen it happen. I can't say what I want to say because I don't ever know who's going to watch this channel, and I ain't trying to cause no trouble in a happy home. And I ain't talking about my mama home. I mean, my mama is a happy home, but that's not the home that I'm worried about causing trouble in. But just know this. How can I say this? There is a certain somebody that will still go up about my mama. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Okay? I'm going to just leave it at that. But because they cannot have her, y'all listen. I know what I know because I've been knowing it. All right? Now, that man don't care about them kids. I just don't believe he do. I think he do to an extent. But what he really care about more is Trish accepting him. Is Trish telling him he right. Is Trish being kind to him. He wants some kind of relationship with her. I can't have you back. So at the very least, you need to be my friend. You need to make me feel better. I think the Negro is off personally. I wouldn't want my kids nowhere around him. And I know everybody's saying, but he's a father. He's trying to look. I'm not seeing it for him. He get in there and them kids big. They act like those kids are 5. He don't even need to talk to Trisha at all. Just arrange it with the kids. And let the kids come tell me, hey, my daddy said he come pick me up from the weekend. Is that cool? Okay, yes. Tell him to wait on you outside the door. Why she sitting in there with her friend in the living room and this man just walk in her house talking about, oh, I came to get my son. He knew I was coming. The hell? I didn't. And you need to knock. He walked right up in the house and Trisha, am I saying her name right, is talking to her friend. Trisha a little bit slow. Something about her is just, that elevator just stopped midways. It's a 12th floor building. Her stop at 4. So the friend is there. Listen, don't even bring her back to the house no more. Y'all talk on the phone. The friend is there, and the friend actually gets it a little bit more riled up than it need to be. Now, granted, this man is crazy, but I done had a couple of friends with a crazy man before, and I mind my business, baby. I'll grab my keys real quick and be like, well, girl, let me get on up out of here, child. I got somewhere to be. Or I won't say nothing. I'll say, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. You was talking about me? Talk about who? I don't think so. Was I talking about him? I just act as confused because I'm not finna argue with I don't even argue with men I like, let alone one I do not like. I'm not finna sit here and waste no time arguing with you. Are you crazy? They going back and forth. Trisha ain't sharp enough to really, her arms is too short to box. She can't get her words out. They both just talking in circles, and he really is giving, I want my family back. That's what he giving. Trisha is letting every little thing he say rile her up. She kind of remind me of how Mel used to be about Martell. She know everything he's saying is not true. She knows that if she she knows none of the stuff he's saying makes sense, but she getting riled up about it. The son is like, Dad, go wait outside. He ain't waiting outside. That's why I tell you, because he don't care about them kids. He trying to get this woman riled up. He ain't gonna be in Ken. I don't know. He's a good one. Because I would have put them paws on them, in the word of a little scrappy. But most of our drama is going to come for them. Most of our drama is going to come from them this season. And then, we're going to see how Martell going to play it this season as well. And if he going to bring his girl on there, the one he giving a ring to. that was really it. I'm pretty sure I left a lot of stuff out. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that first episode. Excuse me. I know I've been clearing my throat a lot. Like, comment, and subscribe. I've been over here hollering. That's why. And I will see y'all for the next one. I'm going to be posting something else because I did talk about the situation between Shani and Jackie. And I'm going to post that later on tonight as well. So thank you guys so much for being around. And I will see y'all for the next one. Bye.